Okay.
All right, cool. So I wanted to speak on, what's up, Miguel? I wanted to speak on leadership today. And I have something else in my head, but if I got time for it, then I'll pop it up. But I wanted to speak on the qualities of leadership with you guys. So let me mute all of this. All right, perfect. So the topic of today is going to be leadership, the qualities of a leader. And, this isn't just applied to business, but, just being the leader of your own life, over everything that you do, really. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm putting my AirPods in. Connect. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Can you guys hear me? We good? Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, guys. So I wanted to touch on leadership, the own qualities of a leader. So I just wanted to give you guys some training on that and basically what it is that it pertains to, and how you can literally use it in your everyday life. So with that being said, let's just get into it, family. This is 111. So, where I wanted to come out of, open up my notes. Who was on the call yesterday? I know all of you guys were on the call yesterday, I think. And I believe, I forgot who was speaking on it, but he had touched on leadership, and I was like, I would love to go over this with you guys. And he said something. He said leadership is the capacity to translate a vision into reality, right? And when he started talking about leadership and he started talking about what it takes to be a leader, there we go. I can tell. Thank you. All right, Jessica. Awesome. So he said leadership is the capacity to translate a vision into reality, right? To translate a vision into reality. And that right there is like something that's very powerful, because when you become a leader, right? Becoming a leader has nothing to do with a rank, has nothing to do with a title, but it has everything to do with the covenant that you make to the purpose, right? So when you make a covenant, or when you make that commitment to the purpose, right, then that means that you have now become a leader. Now, because you are operating in the purpose and the gift that you are given in life, guess what happens? People automatically follow you, right? People automatically follow you. Now, that doesn't mean that you're a great leader. That doesn't mean that you don't need any work just because you're answering the call, right? Because you have to grow your way through life, right? So, but he said leadership is the capacity to translate a vision into reality. Not everybody can take somebody's dream or vision and make it into a reality. That's why a lot of people have mentors going into certain things. So this is why when you guys came into this opportunity, you have a mentor, right? And other mentors, that's within a company that you might not know personally, but they can mentor you from afar. Those mentors and those leaders can turn your dreams and your visions into reality. So if you want to make this amount of money with this opportunity, or you want to hit this rank, or you want to build up this momentum, it's that leader's job, and it's his purpose, and it's his duty to turn your vision into a reality, right? So just speaking to you guys, because majority of us are building, right? When people start coming up to you, and this is why it's so crucial when you ask a person, what's your goals? What's your reason for doing this? You're hearing, when they start to say that, they're pouring out the life that they would like to live, right? They're pouring out the life that they would like to live, and they're trusting you with their vision that you will actually help them get there. So that's why never ever take a prospect for granted. Like, because you know what? Let me not say that. Never ever take your position as a leader that is bringing in people to this opportunity, because they could be looking up to you as the person that turned that vision into the reality, right? Then he said, it's helping others see not just what they are, but where they're going and who they can become, right? So as leaders in this business and leaders in life, right? When you're out there leading and people are following you, right? It's your job to now show people how to sacrifice what they are for what they will become, right? And that's a big responsibility. And this is why you cannot go through this business. You cannot go through life without wise counsel. You cannot go through leading without somebody else being your leader as well, right? This is why I tell people all the time, don't think just because you learn something that you got it and that's it. It's just a one-all be-all. Always be getting it, always be progressing, always be in an area of motion. Like you're always moving, because the moment that you stop growing and the moment that you stop learning, your education just like it stops, which means your income stops at a certain bracket and so forth and so forth. So it's helping others to see not just what they are, but where they're going and who they can become, right? So when we're out there and we're spreading this word and we're spreading this mission, we have to be the people who are progressing, right? If you are not like have a daily routine of personal development, if you are not plugging in with leaders, like last night, Yvonne and Reg went with me to New York and we met Emory Holmes, Chairman 100, making $100,000 a month, right? So we were in the midst of leadership. So when people say that they want to hit chairman, now Yvonne and Reg know what it takes to hit chairman. Why? Because they were in the midst of a chairman, and it was about 1:00 in the morning. And guess what this chairman 100 was still doing? He was still pouring in and leading into the team. And at the end of it, he answered everybody's question. So what was he doing? He had the capacity to translate somebody's vision into reality. Why? Because he's been through everything that you're going through. So it was his job, is he was helping others to see not just where they are or who they are, right? But what they can become and where they can go. Because if you come to him and say, listen, man, I'm just trying to get the chairman 10, he's a chairman 100, which means he's already hit chairman 10. So when you surround yourself with the leader who you want to become, or like surround yourself with the qualities of the leader who you want to become, this is when things start changing. This is when things start happening. This is when your paradigm shift. So shout out to Reg and Yvonne, who was out there in New York and really got to get that type of exposure with a chairman leader. And not everybody get that exposure coming into this opportunity, but they were blessed because what? They sacrificed. And for me, what that said to me, right? What that said to me is that, yo, they got what it takes to hit chairman. They got what it takes to hit chairman. All of us walk back in the house after midnight. But how many people would say, man, I'm tired, right? How many people would say, man, I want to do it, but that but is what's going to stop you at anything in life. When you put but after everything, it's a wrap. You're not serious. You're not going to ever make it. Until you remove the but, I'm sorry, you're not going to hit chairman. You're not going to be a six-figure trader. It's just not going to happen, right? So he said, when you look at something or someone, what do you see, right? Now, as a leader, because we answered the call, as a leader, we have a different eyesight than the people who are coming in, right? When Yvonne first came in, she didn't see what I could see. But so it was my job to be able to turn her goals and her visions and her dreams into a reality. And guess what happened? I was able, because she made the commitment and the sacrifice, she now got to be able to be in the midst of what her life could be. She got a chance to meet Millie, right? Millie is also a mom. Yvonne's a mom. Yvonne wants to be a trader. Millie's a trader, successful one at that. She builds the business. Yvonne want to be the, so when you make, going back, leaders make decisions quickly, right? Now, the decision isn't the price. So when you're like signing people up and you're literally speaking to people, don't disqualify them because they don't have the money, right? What you want to do is this, right? If they say, listen, I don't have the money, but I still want to join, what you want to do is, okay, great. Now, what date will you be willing to get signed up? Or what date do you want me to put on my calendar? After you do that, this is very crucial because I'm about to get a sign up today off of this. After you do that, you now start plugging them in as if they are already in the team. You start working with them now, right? So what happens is if you know they are very committed and they're going to get signed up next week, what you do is say, okay, great. So let me just be clear. The only thing that's keeping you from getting started is the money, correct? Okay, cool. So let's get your apps on your apps downloaded. Let's start writing down your goals. Let's start writing down your why. Let me plug you into our culture calls every single morning far as motivation, right? Let me get you on another opportunity call so you can hear another person do it, right? So you want to start working with those people. See, as a leader, we're already looking ahead. So what do you see when you look at people, right? Because this is very crucial. You know what? Let me bring out the Bible in this one. Because Jesus mad dope. Shout out to my Bible, y'all. Y'all love my Bible? Look how big this Bible is. Bible is lit. Y'all don't even know right now. Y'all don't even know, but I'm about to get y'all the sauce. Let me see if I can find, there's a certain scripture. Oh, here it go right here. Here it go right here. It said, so this is when Jesus was literally feeding the 5,000, right? This is when Jesus was feeding the 5,000. And it said, when Jesus heard about it, he withdrew from there by boat to a remote place to be alone. And it says, when the crowds heard this, they followed him on foot from the towns, right? Now watch this. It says, when he went ashore, he saw a large crowd, and Jesus had compassion on them and healed their sick. See, that right there is such a powerful thing. When Jesus seen the people, what is it that he seen? He had compassion on them. He had love for them. Jesus had the solution to their problem. Even though they didn't really know it, he had compassion and he had love. That's why they drew to him. Because when he seen them, he didn't see a check. He didn't see a rank up. He had love first before he started to give. Right? If that makes sense. Jesus had love first, compassion for the people when he seen them before he gave to them. Why is that important? Because a lot of people who get started with this business think that, you know what, the person needs to sign up first in order for me to pour into them. Or that person needs to be a part of my check each week in order for me to pour into them. See, you should always be giving value and always be giving sauce to the people out in the world. Like, yo, free value is everything. So Jesus had compassion on them, and then he healed their sick. So he had love for the people before he gave, but look what happened. He had compassion on them, and then he healed them. Let's flip it to this business. As a leader, you must have love for people. And then guess what? We provide them with the solution of I Am Mastery Academy to fix their problem. And that's us healing the sick, right? So this is something pivotal too, because Jesus is so dope. And it says, immediately he made the disciples get into, you know what? Let me back up. Let me keep reading this. It says, when evening came, the disciples approached him and said, this place is deserted and it is already late. Send the crowds away so that they can go into the villages and buy food for themselves. They don't need to go away, Jesus told them. You give them something to eat. But we only have 5 loaves and 2 fish here, they said to him. Bring them here to me, he said. Then he commanded the crowds to sit down on the grass. He took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to the heaven, he blessed them. And he broke the loaves and gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the crowds. Everyone ate and was satisfied. They picked up 12 baskets full of leftover pieces. Now, those who ate were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Now, this is when it gets very serious, family. Excuse me. Sheesh, got the woman, right? So this is when it gets very serious, family. Verse 22, it says, immediately, Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go ahead of him to the other side. Why is that so important? It's because Jesus stayed with the 5,000 while he told his team to go to the other side of the island. As a leader, the compassion and the love that you have is going to cause you to be the last one standing in the room. Because in order for you to be a leader, you must first have the heart to serve. So it says, immediately he made the disciples get into the boat and go ahead of him to the other side. So he had his team leave the event before he did. Then it said, while he dismissed the crowds. So Jesus took time to dismiss 5,000 people, when in reality, his team could have did that. Why not have more help dismissing the people at the event? But Jesus, he told them, like, I came to show you how to do this. So as a leader, he had to show them, this is how you love people. This is how you have compassion for people. After you have that heart, then you can provide them with the solution, right? And then it says, after dismissing the crowds, Jesus went up to the mountain by himself to pray. Family, let me tell you this. When you're in this leadership, all of you guys want to hit chairman. When you're doing this and you're serving and you're loving, and how I serve you guys and how I love you guys, and other leaders in this organization is loving and serving you guys. As a leader, because everybody on here is going to hit chairman. Like, it's already done. That's 500 families that you need to impact within your organization. But while you're serving and you're loving, it says that Jesus dismissed them, but he went alone up to the mountain to pray. So while you're serving, do not forget that you need to have alone time to pray, to write, to reflect. Don't miss that. And that was something very, very pivotal right there. Although he had love, what did he do? He blessed them, he fed them, but he withdrew from them and went up to the mountain to pray alone. Because while you keep on pouring out, you don't want to pour out so much that now you're empty. Right? Hope you guys like really hearing that. So being an effective leader is being able to serve. Going back to what we just said. In order to be effective, you have to serve. In order to be effective, you have to serve people. That is why I'm serving you guys, and I'm constantly thinking of other ways that I could serve you guys. I'm constantly like thinking it, like, okay, I was like, okay, Wednesdays, we're going to get on here. I'm going to teach. I'm going to serve the team. Sundays, we're going to recap. We're going to do it again, just so I can draw closer to you guys. And how many can agree, since we've been doing these calls, we're boosting up our belief level, and people have been signing up people, right? Because you guys are learning. So while I'm serving you, let's go back to the self-confidence formula. Let's go back to the self-confidence formula. What? Nah, you probably got to rinse that. I think it fell on the floor. I mean, I don't really know, but Let's go back to the self-confidence formula, family. I'm looking for it because it's so crucial. It's so crucial. Is this it? I think this right here. This is self-confidence. No, it's not. I think I'm gonna have to pull this up online because I cannot find. I want to show you guys this. Oh, here you go, right here. So it says, I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. And it says, I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. So you have to serve people. But once you serve, you're going to get empty. And you have to be intentional about filling up yourself. This is why you have to have a mentor. You have to stay plugged into spiritual and personal development. You got to do it because yes, we're leaders. Yes, you have vision. Yes, you can see things that followers cannot see. Yes, you are. Can you say that again so I can write that? What you say, JR? Can you say that again so that I can write it down? Oh, okay. So I said, well, I didn't say it. Napoleon Hill said it. He said, I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. Now, this is the part where you're probably saying right down. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others, which means you must be willing to do this. You must have a heart to do this. Right? That's what makes an effective leader a great leader. Service to many leads to greatness, right? Awesome stuff. So let me see, do I want to finish this? Investing into every aspect of people, right? So investing into your people, investing into your team. Now, right now, you guys probably like, I don't really need this information. No, this is because I don't really have a team right now. But I'm telling you guys, when you get this type of information and you get this type of this knowledge, it's going to be useful because you have to be intentional about your success, right? Now, what happens is, let's just say 12 people join your organization this week. Will you be qualified enough to lead those people? Because you guys keep saying, oh man, I want signups. So I want signups, but are you ready to pour into them on a Zoom call by yourself? If 12 people was to join your organization by next week and you hit Platinum 600, and now they're all looking to you, what can you give them? You can't just keep bringing them to me like, oh, well, Javon says it all. You're not going to hit chairman that way. You're not going to be successful because guess what's going to happen? What happens is my voice is only useful to my sheep. Everybody on this call has a voice and a calling and a gift that I don't have. So the people that you are bringing in, guess what? Guess who they came in with? Not me, but who? You. And I can provide as much value as I can, but it's going to come a time where they're going to look back to their shepherd and be like, well, why aren't you speaking to me? So this knowledge and this education that you get, you have to grasp it and you have to take it. This is why every single time a leader or a chairman or there's an event going on, I don't care if you heard it a million times, always listen to it with the intent to teach it. That's what makes a great leader. Because if you cannot duplicate yourself, you are not a leader. You don't even have a business, right? I'm already slacking because I need to be teaching you guys how to present. So I have to do more work because of me. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, I'm still growing, right? I love leadership. I love serving, right? But there's still some areas in my business and me as a leader that I need to work on, that I need to execute on. I got so much stuff I need to do. And honestly, the lack of it is hindering you guys. Because while I'm not teaching you how to present and I'm not teaching you how to close and stuff like that, now granted, you don't have to be waiting on me, right? But if I'm not showing you the way, guess what happens? Both of our businesses are stagnant. Because that means that you guys always have to look to me to make you money. And I was saying this yesterday. I said, don't ever look to your upline to provide food on your family's table. That means you're just working a job. You're basically saying, man, I can't do nothing unless my supervisor tells me what to do for the day. This is your business. These are your people. Now we're in this as a family, but as a family, everybody has their gift. Everybody has their call. So as a family, we need to be working together. But you guys are definitely developing, and I see it. Like I see a whole bunch of you guys are really leveling up in this thing, and I'm just so happy and grateful for all the people that's teachable and coachable. Now, I wanted to get on something from Think and Grow Rich, right? And he was talking about is three things that I want to say: quality, quantity, and spirit. Right? It's called the QQS formula, right? So you want to apply this as a habit, right? It's called the QQS formula. Number one, quality. It says quality of service shall be construed to mean the performance of every detail in connection with your position in the most efficient manner possible, with the object of greater efficiency always in mind. I'll read that again, because we're talking about quality of service right now, right? Quality of service. Don't just give anybody anything when they enter your business. Give them quality of service. Now I'll say it again. Quality of service shall be construed to mean the performance of every detail. Quality of service is the performance of every detail, which means you got to perform. You got to take action. You got to show up. You got to run the play. You got to make sure you're answering on people's questions, right? So quality of service shall be construed to mean the performance of every detail. Now check this. So this is so, man, this is gold right here. Like, this is gold. It says that of every detail, but in connection with your position, right? So quality of service shall be construed to mean the performance of every detail in connection with your position. What is your position right now? Your position as a P150, your position as a customer, right? What is your position right now? Now, let me tell you something right now. For ranks, let me tell you what you need to be doing for certain ranks, right? Because everybody has a position, but every position has a role. And if you accepted that position, that means that you have accepted the performance level that it takes. I'll say it again. If you have accepted the position that you have right now, you have accepted the performance that it takes. And the book says in detail. So if it's saying in every detail, that means we're not half doing stuff as a team. Are y'all getting this? Type of 777 in the chat if you are getting this information while I look for certain stuff. Right? Now check this. As a P150, you need to master your why. Right? If I hit you up on the street and I ask you, why are you doing this business? And you can't give me an answer like that, you're not ready for success. Because guess what happens? You say that you're doing this for such and such, but you don't really believe that. That's not really a burning desire. Like, that's not hurting you. When people say that they want to do this for their family, no, they don't. No, they don't. They don't want to do this for their family. Because most people want to be good first and then provide, right? So it's okay if you say, man, I'm doing this for the money. It's okay. Like, don't get mad if you're doing it for the money. And I don't care if it's for, like, you're doing this for a nonprofit organization or like I don't know, a homeless shelter or something that really is impactful for you. But say what it is that is really like attached to your heart. So as a P150, you need to master your why, not know your why, master your why. Master the perfect invite. Hey, what's going on, John? Hey, nothing, man. Awesome, awesome. John, let me ask you, bro. Are you free at 9 p.m. today? Oh, yeah. Awesome. Okay, great. Listen, I just partnered up with some successful investors, right? And one of them said, you know, they're going to be doing a free webinar. Now, he said he only have about 5 slots left, right? And immediately when he said that, I thought of you, John. Can I count on you to be on that call? Oh, yeah, man, absolutely. What is it? Listen, John, I'm in a hurry right now. I don't have a lot of time to explain, but can I count on you to be on the call? Yeah, man. Okay, awesome, John. I'm going to shoot you over the invite 30 minutes prior. Boom, see you then. Click, keep it moving. Master the perfect invite. Product usage. Use the products. Now, March Madness event, y'all had 8 hours of product usage. 8 hours. If you were not on March Madness yesterday, that's crazy. Because you don't know how to use your product. If you don't know how to use your product, how can you serve people in detail? Like, how can you have a great performance in detail with the position that you have if you don't know the products? I'm not saying you need to learn all 13, 14 products. Take one product, learn that product, master it, make some money off it, something. Create a testimonial off it, something. But take a product and become so tight with it that if a person really asks you, does this work? You like, bro, let me tell you about the scammer. You don't need to talk about nothing else. There are literally people who close people by just introducing their favorite product. They don't talk about nothing else from the company because people join you, not the company. So if you're passionate, think about this. If you had a product that freed you or made you $100 every single month, would you really be passionate about that product? You'll be like, yeah, like that's something that you would be genuinely wanting to share. So product usage, and then master edification. As a P150, you need to master edifying. If you get me on a 3-way call, hey, listen, John, so glad that you could make it. Hey, listen, man, I have my mentor, right, my business partner on the line. Listen, he doesn't have a lot of time, and he was actually able to fit in this call. He's built businesses. He's partnered up with very successful people. He's been doing this for about 5, 6 years now. And so many people are getting free. So many people are gaining knowledge just from his mentorship. And we actually have him for about 5 minutes on the phone right now. So I just want you to give your undivided attention to him. Boom, boom, boom. Get me on the phone. There you go. Or if you're edifying Los, if you're edifying Manny, whatever the case may be, edification is key. So when I get on the phone, I now need to edify you, right? So now the prospect knows, oh, wow, so, Yvonne, Jessica, oh, wow, like, so if he thinks that, if this successful person in this area is edifying such and such that just got on the phone, wow, so she must really be doing something great in this company. Yes. This is why edification is so important. So while you edify me, now I'm supposed to turn around and say, hey, listen, Yvonne, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that introduction. You have been an amazing leader, and I can just see you leading thousands of people over the next 2 years. I'm so happy and grateful to have you on my team, and let's get this call started. The person would be like, oh, wow, like this is really like a culture. Like this is, you see what I'm saying? So master edification, be coachable and no excuses. That's all you need to do as a P150. Master your why, master the perfect invite, product usage, master edification, be coachable, no excuses. Right? That's it. Now I got all the qualifications for the other ranks, but we don't need to get there yet. right? So going back to this quality of service, it says in connection with your position. And it says in the most efficient manner possible, with the object of greater efficiency always in mind. Look at that, family. For quality of service to happen, it doesn't just stop with what you can do, but you should always be thinking about greater efficiency always in mind. Always think about ways that you can enhance the service. Always. Never stop growing. Never stop growing. JL, what you mean by one more time? That's a good introduction, Jessica. Yeah. So never stop growing, family. Number 2 of the QQS formula, quantity. It says quantity of service shall be understood to mean the habit of rendering all the service of which you are capable at all times with the purpose, listen to this, with the purpose of increasing the amount of service rendered as greater skill is developed through practice and experiences. Emphasis is again placed on the word habit. Your quantity of service is only going to boost or get greater through practice and experience, which means in order for people to enter your business, and we're talking about through quantity, right? In order for people to enter your business, you want a lot of people to enter your business, guess what you have to do? Practice and experience. Both of those are combined with habit, which means your paradigm now has to shift. Your paradigm is a repetition, right? And what's the word I'm looking for? Dang, it just left me. Your repetition, and you're consistent with your habits, your daily routine. That's what makes your paradigm, right? So if you need a paradigm shift, then that means that your habits need to change, which means your practice needs to get more enhanced and your experience needs to get done. The difference between practice and experience is practice is something that you're doing, right? With the intent. Let me see, what's a good word for this? Practice is something that you're doing with the intent to learn from. Experience is something, no, let me back that up. Experience is when you're learning, right? Experience is when you're learning. The reason why I want to say that is because Bob Proctor said something very, very important. And this was going in my mind as I was reading this. Bob Proctor said, when you're sitting, like us sitting right here, listen, you guys are listening to me and you're gathering information, right? That's what's happening. When you're at events, when you're online and you're listening to people pour into you, you're gathering information. When you're learning, that comes when you actually go out and apply the information and you get experiences. That's when you're learning, because the only way that you can learn is when you actually fail. But failing has everything to do with perspective, which means we're not really failing, we're just learning, right? So the L's are not L's, you're not losing, you're learning. That's when you're learning, when you actually have experience. But when you're practicing, you don't really want to accomplish anything. You're just getting better. That's it. So this is why when I tell you guys to write out your list when you first come on and nobody ever does it, is because your warm market is what you're practicing on. You're practicing on people, so that when it's time to go out there in the field with people who you don't know, now that's when the experience happens. That's when you start learning. Habit. He put emphasis on his word habit, because you only have 2 habits. You have good habits and you have bad habits. Which ones are you currently doing on a daily basis, right? Because whatever you do, majority of, is going to produce the results that you have at this current moment. Number 3 to the QQS formula. Let me know if you guys are getting value from this. My wife right here, y'all. It's funny. Let me see. Let me read the chat. I can't even see the chat. One more time, I will rewatch the recording. I forgot my notebook. I have to get back to work. Thank you, Javon. Love you, JL. It's all good, bro. It is recorded. I was talking about the edifying. That was a great note to write down. Yes, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So I ain't missing nothing crazy. Okay, family. So let's keep going. It's 1:50. We still got time. Man, I got you. Manny speaks at 2:00 for the chairman mentorship call, if anybody was wondering. So QQS formula, family. So number 3 is spirit. So number 1, we talked about quality of service. Number 2 was quantity of service. Now number 3 is the spirit of service. This is when it gets serious, family, because man, this gonna take y'all to chairman. Y'all really be thinking like, yo, the hard work going to get you there? No. It's the belief in the spirit that you have beyond it. Oh my goodness, this is some valuable information. I wish I had this going into business. Now I'd be so much further, but it is what it is, family. So number 3, the spirit of service shall be construed to mean the habit of agreeable, harmonious conduct, which will induce cooperation from associates and fellow employees. Let me repeat that. The spirit of service, not the quality, not the quantity, but the spirit of service shall be construed to mean the habit of agreeable, what means your spirit of service, the spirit that you have behind what you're doing, right? So while you're out there prospecting 2 to 5 people a day, which you should be doing. So if you're prospecting 2 to 5 people a day, when you're going out there speaking to clients and customers and prospects, there must be a spirit behind what you are doing. Everything you do has an emotion behind it. It has a feeling behind it. That feeling is operated through spirit. That comes from the subconscious mind. You're only going to do what your paradigm has already been instructed to do. This is why habits, this is why environment, this is why family, it influences everything that you do. It's all good, Yvonne. You said you want to get off for a second. Okay, it's all good. It influences everything that you do. So spirit of service shall be construed to mean the habit of agreeable, harmonious conduct, which will induce cooperation from associates and fellow employees, which means we cannot be on one accord and we cannot all work together, right? Prospects and team members, if my spirit is not right. My spirit of service. If my spirit behind what I'm doing is just to get a check from you guys, y'all are not going to be wanting to stay on here very long. But if my spirit of my service to you guys is like really genuinely wanting to help you guys and make money, and we're making impact and we're getting it done and we're doing what Jesus said when he seen the crowd, because think about this, Jesus said in Matthew 14, verse 14, Jesus said that when he went ashore, he saw a large crowd and had compassion on them and then healed their sick. What do you call that right there? Jesus had a spirit of service. What was his spirit of service? Love. It said he had compassion on them and then he healed their sick. Which means in order for me to even give anything to you guys, I must love you first. And that love is not based upon what you can do for me, but that love is based upon the obedience that I have to God for my purpose and my calling that I'm walking into. So this love that I have for you guys, you guys could do nothing for me in order for me to give you this love. Jesus already did it on the cross. He said, there's no greater love than one who will lay down his life for his friend. He laid down his life. As far as I know, that's the only person that I know that laid down his life for anybody. Everybody ain't just laying down their life. Everybody's not having compassion. Everybody's not doing that. So this is why Jesus is the master educator, because he actually did what he taught to the point of death. And a leader is not a leader until he can do something that is beyond his physical body, which means that's why at the beginning of it, I said that it is the leader has the capacity. They have the capacity to turn your vision into reality. And why Jesus is so dope, because the Israelites wanted a savior. And they wanted a quote unquote hero to come and save Israel. But when Jesus came on the scene, he was the savior. And they didn't get that there's no greater love like my man gave his life for you. Now, do you have that much love for every person that comes into your business? Are you willing to go the extra mile and lead them to the point of their success every single time? Because the quality in service is based upon the detail that you give for your position, right? So let me see something else I want to talk about. Let me know if you guys are getting value from this, because we about to wrap it up. I hope you guys are getting some value from this. See if I want to give you guys something else. I had something in here. Where is that? I love this stuff, man. Oh, he was talking about decision making, right? So something that is so powerful, family, is that leaders make decisions quick, and leaders ask great questions, right? This is why every time a person sees the information, the questions you ask is a huge part of the close. It's our job to guide these people to the life that they want and let them know that they can do it. See, when you're asking these questions to these prospects and you're speaking to them and you're pouring into them, do not take for granted that moment that you have with somebody's life while they're making a decision to do business with you. And even if they can't make a decision, guess what? It's our job just to plant the seed, which means we don't get mad and we don't get frustrated just because a person does not understand the life that they're going through, basically. So decision, something I said, it says, procrastination is the opposite of decision. Write this down, family. Procrastination is the opposite of decision. It's a common enemy which practically every man must conquer. So procrastination is an enemy that every man must conquer. We all procrastinate. All of us. But we must conquer it. How do we do that? By making a decision right then and there. That's it. Let me see. I'm trying to find the other thing. This is good right here. Check this out, family. He said, opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Good God Almighty. Lions do not take opinions from sheep, right? Lions do not take opinions from sheep. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Do not get distracted or frustrated from people's opinions. A person's opinions is only based upon their knowledge and their perspective of the situation. So opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. It's cheap. Opinions are basically backed with no facts. It's backed by feeling. People say, man, you know, in my opinion, I don't even think this is gonna work out. Well, that's just how you feel right now, but you didn't say any fact right now. So when you're talking to people and they give you their opinions, just know that that's the cheapest commodity on earth. So if you are influenced by opinions, when you reach decisions, you will not succeed in any undertaking, much less in that of transmuting your own desire into money. Meaning, if you're influenced by opinions, when you reach a decision about an opportunity, guess what happens? You're not going to make the money that you desire to make, because the moment you become influenced by other people's opinions, guess what? You believe that and you are in agreement with it. So we don't sign contracts with people who do opinions. We don't do that, right? So take no one into your confidence except the members of your mastermind group. And I'm gonna end it with here, family. It says take no one into your confidence. Take no one into your oh my gosh, we gotta spend time right there. He said take no one into your confidence. This business should be your baby. Take no one into your confidence. If you are not confident in this business, if you are not confident in what you're doing as far as trading, then you shouldn't be in here. So take no one into your confidence except, which means there's an exception, except the members of your mastermind group. Now we're gonna be talking about the mastermind, just not today. That's like a 2-week study that Napoleon Hill did. The power of the mastermind, like the power of two or three gathered in a room making a decision, talking about ideas. There's power in that, right? But he said the only people that you accept into your confidence is the people of your mastermind group, which is the people that are on one accord with you. And sorry to say, if that's not your spouse, if that's not your family, if that's not your close best friend that you've been friends with since kindergarten, if they are not in agreement with your confidence, they don't need to be in your mastermind group. You don't need to be sitting with them and other people listening to their opinions. But it says, take no one into your confidence except the members of your mastermind group, and be very sure in your selection of this group that you choose only those who will be in complete sympathy and harmony with your purpose. Good God, I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna read it again, but I'm gonna end it right there. That is some powerful information. Jesus, yo, not everybody is going to agree with you. Not everybody is going to be a part of your confidence. You're confident in your business right now. Why? Because you made a decision which makes you a leader. You are the lead. Like, you first got to lead yourself before you lead others. I hope you guys know that. So when you're constantly making decisions, instead of being influenced by opinions, you are now a leader. Once you become a leader, now a leader doesn't mean that it's just one man standing on his own and he controls all things. Jesus Christ was a leader, but guess what? He had 12 disciples who he needed to teach. And he also put them before himself, even though he was the master teacher. That's why they called him rabbi. In the Hebrew, rabbi is master teacher. But guess what the master teacher was doing? He was teaching, but he was also serving. So While Jesus was having his master, think about this. Jesus was having his mastermind groups, right? With his disciples. But guess how powerful this is? Because Jesus understood this very concept, which I'm going to read, and then I'm going to provide a scripture for you guys to really to see this, because this is so powerful. Jesus understood all this stuff way before Napoleon Hill, Brian Tracy, Bob Proctor. He understood all this stuff. Why? Because he was there in the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Scripture's down. The Word became flesh. Come on, stop playing with it, right? Hold on, because I got a scripture for you guys. I'm just trying to find it. Where is it? Matthew. I'm scrolling through the scriptures. Jesus Lord. After say, he said, no, this is not what I want. Hold on, family. This is some colossal information. In the words of Jim Rohn, hope you guys get value from this. Let me see. Let me go to Google. Oh, I think it was. Oh, here it goes. Jesus told him. Matthew 17. I think this is it. Here it go, right here. I did have it right. You know what? I got the wrong version. That's why. You need to be in a Christian Standard Bible. Oh, here it go. Boom. After 6 days. This is what I was looking for. Now listen to this, family. Some powerful information. It says, take no one into your confidence except the members of your mastermind group, and be very sure in your selection of this group that you choose only those who will be in complete sympathy and harmony with your purpose. Jesus had 12 disciples, correct? Yes. Look at what Matthew 17 says. It says, after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and his brother John and led them up on a high mountain by themselves. If you're reading this, you will ask, Jesus, you had 12. Why are you singling out 3 people? It says that he was transfigured, verse 2, he was transfigured in front of them, and his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light. And suddenly Moses and Elijah appeared to them, talking with him. Then Peter said to Jesus, Lord, it's good for us to be here. If you want, I will set up 3 shelters here, one for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah. While he was speaking, suddenly a bright cloud covered them, and a voice from the cloud said, this is my beloved son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him. And when the disciples heard this, they fell face down and were terrified. And Jesus came up and touched them and said, get up, don't be afraid. And when they looked up, they saw no one except Jesus alone. Family, Jesus had a mastermind group. It said, take no one into your confidence except the members of your mastermind group. And be very sure in your selection of this group that you choose only those who will be in complete sympathy and harmony with your purpose. Now, I don't want to get into the whole thing of why he chose Peter, James, and John, because later on in scripture, you see the reason why he did that, as far as building the church and Christianity today. But he was very selective in who he chose to let them see what his purpose was and who he was and who his confidence was. So I'll just end it right there. You know what? Let me read this last thing. I love this. I'm going to read this last thing and then I'm done. You have a brain and mind of your own, so use it and reach your own decisions. And if you need facts or information decisions, as you probably will in many instances, acquire these facts or secure the information you need quietly without disclosing your purpose. So if you do need to reach decisions, right, and you need to get information from other people, do it quietly, only from those people who understand where you're going, but do it quietly but don't explain and don't shout out and don't blurt out everything about the purpose of why you're doing it. Because what happens is when you keep telling a whole bunch of people about your purpose, you get distracted. Because that is something that is sacred that only you and God should really be communing about every single day. And if you keep telling it to other people, you're getting distracted because the mastermind of your goals, of your visions, and your dreams and your purpose should only be between you and the Holy Spirit. So, family, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So, hope you guys got some value from this. Think and Grow Rich in the Bible is where I got my sources from. If anybody want to know, this information is not my information. I'm letting you guys know. Everything I say, you could get it through studying, prayer, and just reading a book, right? And being plugged in. Thank you for today's call. I got value. Awesome, awesome, Jessica. I hope you guys got value. That's the whole point of this, right? So, let me open up the lines. Does anybody have a question? Anything that you guys want to ask me? Put it in the chat if anything. To end the call off, family. I hope you guys got a lot of value from March Madness yesterday. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing experience. They were talking about June 13th. We're going to be doing it again in a bigger location in New York City. So definitely come back out because that's going to happen. Following after that, we're going to be in Houston. Get your tickets to Houston, to the Houston convention. Plane tickets are low right now. Very, 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 very low. Hotel prices are very low. Skip Lag actually got them. Like they got hotels for $50 a night right now, like $60 a night right now. Like it's freaking crazy what's going on. So get your tickets to Houston for September 4th through September 6th, that first week of September. We definitely want to be in the building, right? Representing from Jersey, representing from Cali, and so forth and so forth. So June 13th is March Madness. Well, it's not March Madness. They're gonna name it something else, but that's another big event. We're looking to get 5,000 people in that venue. So be prepared and keep a lookout for that happening June 13th. Houston is September 4th through the 6th. I will be posting the link in the group for all you guys to get your tickets to that event. You have two options. Actually, you have three options: general admission, VIP seating, or become a freaking chairman and get roped off in the section where you're up front with all the chairmen. I advise everybody to get number 3. Become a chairman, you get your own seating, right? So, Houston, we in there. My goal is to have 10 of us minimum in Houston, flying out. Kingdom Tradehouse definitely gonna be in the building. By Houston, I want to, for the people that's going, something that I want to do is get us like some t-shirts and stuff like that, so we could definitely represent for Kingdom Tradehouse. So we could definitely go down there. People know what's up. Like we walk in here with authority, from the kingdom. Like we do kingdom work, right? So I'm gonna put that in the works. But other than that, family, if you are in the New Jersey area, tomorrow night we got our Monday event. Let's go. You already know what it is. Promote that event. Text everybody you know and say, pull up. It's going to be crazy, crazy event. Paterson, New Jersey, right? Get some value and let's make it happen. And just tell them, hey, listen, man, we're going to be teaching people how they can start making money from home during this coronavirus, right? So use the trending topic to get them into the building. So whatever you need to do. So with that being said, family, you guys have no questions. Houston event, we in there strong, right? We in there strong. Let's continue to dominate. Let's make it happen, family. So if I don't see no questions in the chat box. So with that being said, hope everybody have a blessed Sunday. Get on Manny Quinones' call. He started at 2:00. I posted it in the group chat. Click that.
Get on the call with your leader so you can get some value, even more value. It's Sunday, so let's make it happen, family. Have a blessed day.